Alright guys, so I'm at SA now, and today is something very exciting because finally we are able to make this happen. Now we've been planning for some cafe rides. We always wanted to do some cafe rides with other riders, I guess, but there's a lot of constraints, a lot of limitations. Where to ride, we have to find the ideal routes, we have to find also the equipment, how to get the mic, and also timing, because we want sunlight. So all these things have been resolved, hopefully, by now, and we are able to kickstart this series of cafe rides. And yeah, this being our first episode, we have a very special guest, and that is Mitch from Team Garcia.
Oh, hi. Yeah, so I'm Mitch from Team Garcia.
Finally, this ride happens, and I understand that SA is your playground.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll follow you for a chill, right? Okay, make it chill, right?
Yeah.
I'm really old, okay? Look at me, I'm at least like 20 years older than him. But yep, and after that, we will go have a breakfast here. Okay? Yeah. So let's start rolling.
All right, great.
Okay, let's go. Okay, Mitch, so let's get to know a bit about you. How are you now?
I'm 21 now.
21 now? Are you still a student?
Yeah, I'm still a student in Ngee Poly. Currently in business studies, year 2. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. How do you pick up cycling?
Oh, so basically, right, it's actually my dad. So me and him, we started out in mountain bikes.
Right.
Yeah, so he was actually the guy who inspired me, basically. And then the way I got into road bike was actually my secondary school friends in Sec 3, I think. Yeah, because we had a small group, and then we were all interested in road bikes at first. So we usually just started out on PCN rides.
Right.
Like very, very short rides, like at night.
Do you ride a fixie?
No.
You never try a fixie, right? Because that's like the in thing now among all the kids
at that point, I didn't even know about fixed gear bikes.
Okay.
All I knew was like to the front, so I'm like, oh, road bikes. Yeah.
Right.
So that's how I got into it.
Your dad is also a cyclist.
Yeah, still cycle to this day.
Does he ride on road bike as well?
Road bike as well. I kind of like poisoned him into going into road bikes also.
Right, that's cool. That's interesting. So your dad actually roped you into cycling. And then how did you end up with Team Garcia?
Oh, so one day, me and my friend were just cycling around, and then we saw this Pinarello F8. I still remember clearly in my head. It was like a sky edition color, the Fumi one, right? So yeah, we were like, hey, why is there like this Pinarello bike at this random bike shop in Bishan?
Inside a bike shop?
No, it was like hanging outside bike shop.
Oh, hanging outside bike shop, right?
That's the first time we saw Uncle Melvin.
I see.
Then we went down and
R&E bike shop.
Yeah, R&E bike shop. So we were like, okay. So we went down, and then we asked the uncle, then Uncle Melvin, he was like, what's this bike here? Then he's like, oh, it's just a road bike. When we entered the shop, he was just sitting down there working on his bike.
And then how did you know that he has a team, or was there really a Team Garcia at that time?
Oh, yeah. No, there wasn't really a team. The only thing you can consider as a team was that they had this night ride, right, where the uncles and aunties go together on night rides for fun.
Alright.
Yeah. So that's how me and my other friend, which is Sienta, my closer friend that time during in secondary school.
Okay.
So yeah, we usually go around for night rides with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mean the Team Garcia started off as senior riders with the auntie uncle and Uncle Melvin leading them riding on foldies, or?
That's pretty much the origin story. Yeah, a mix of foldies and road bikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were one of the founding members.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
That's cool. But how did the idea come about?
Oh, so one day we were like, why not we participate in this OCBC cycle. At the time they had this like 40 km sportive, right? Then you go around Nico Highway,
yes,
out and back. Yeah, so that's like one of the first rides we joined, but it wasn't like an official Garcia event. I think that kind of sparked the fire for us. Yeah. To start like maybe racing, but we didn't really think about having a race team, you know.
Right.
It was still just like a group thing.
Alright, and then training got serious.
How
did you all started like getting into trainings and all that? I believe now you guys have very structured trainings.
Yeah, pretty structured for us. So we have a training committee. So they think of like training routes and the efforts that they have to do. But it's mostly like a generalized ride for everyone for now. But except for those in GTT, so they actually have like their own personalized training plan for them. Yeah.
The team itself, is there any coach in specific?
Yeah, for now, two of our riders are training with Podium Performance. So Wei Liang and Podium Performance. Yeah.
I see. And so how often do you get into training?
For myself, it's about 2 to 3 times a week.
2 to 3 times a week.
But at the time when I was just starting out, right, it was a bit more often than that. So it's about 5 days usually, because my legs are just too itchy. So I just like to just.
So you do nothing else besides cycling?
yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Like all sports, there's something that we enjoy, we love about it, and of course there are times that we really hate it. Yeah. So what about you? Like, what is the things that you really hate about training?
Oh,
or rather, what is the most painful? What is the most painful thing about training for you?
I'd say the consistency to always be, the same person you were the day before and like do the same exact thing.
Alright. It's like day in, day out.
Day in, day out, riding.
It's always doing the same thing and you have to grind out.
I never really had a thought in my mind that I hate this, Right, it's like, once I get on the bike, I'm like, oh, I just keep riding.
Yes, precisely. So at first I was thinking about what's the love and hate, but then I think anybody in sports will be able to relate that even the pain, the suffering, it's kind of enjoyable.
Yeah. it's like a weird thing for cyclists, right?
Yeah, it's like you gotta get into the sport to torture yourself.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
So I believe there will definitely be times when training gets dry and you get a bit of bored or you get a bit tired about it.
Yeah.
So what keeps you motivated?
The team essentially. They're the ones that, because whenever I'm done, right, when I see them, they're always like in high spirits. Then it's vice versa, Yeah.
Right.
So seeing them so happy about, maybe not really happy, but like excited to train together. Yeah. So that kind of brings us, the bond, and then that's what gets me motivated.
Right. So that's interesting about it, because most people think that cycling is like an individual sport, but actually it's pretty much a team sport, right?
Yeah, team sport. So it's like that quote, right? Like you get fast alone, but you get stronger together.
Right. You gotta go. You gotta go fast. Further. You go alone.
Yeah, you gotta go further. You go together. Our Perth trip. So that was probably the best training I had in years. So we were there for about a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just rode every single day. And then
I guess so.
when we saw the training plan, we were like, huh? We saw the elevation gains and we were like, oh. We never like went for this kind of like.
And then you get to see real climbs.
Real actual climbs. Yeah.
Okay. So what are real climbs like? Like what kind of gradient are we talking about?
Not so the gradient, but the length.
The length, alright.
Yeah. So usually here, I say people would say Faber is the worst. Right. Like, that's the go-to climb, right?
Right.
So that's about 7% average, I think. Then it's only about 83 meters.
Yeah.
But over there is about maybe 500 meters up. In Perth. Yeah.
Wow.
And then usually like a 140 km ride would get you at about 2,000 meters of like elevation gain.
Wow.
Yeah. That's an entirely different road experience.
Okay, so now Team Garcia has actually progressed, right?
Yeah.
Into pretty much a very competitive team.
Yeah, it's really competitive, yeah.
How many races have you been to?
I can't really count on my fingers, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Like you lose count.
Not so many compared to my other teammates, but
right.
I think about in a year probably like 5 or 3. Yeah, around that amount.
Alright, so 3 to 5 in a year. Okay, something that I always wanted to know, like what are the races that are available in Singapore?
Oh, usually it's just one is the crit race, which is the one organized by OCBC.
Okay.
Then there used to be some by Cycle Sports where we had like a crit race in downtown CBD area, but now that's gone already. Yeah, which is quite sad. And then there's a lot more like mountain bike races, I believe. There's always an area for it. But for them, they have to like close down the road to even start an event like this, like those crit races.
And I heard that you participated in this 5-factor.
Yeah, in Tri-Factor. So
it is also an annual kind of event, or?
Yeah, it's pretty much an biannual event, I believe.
Biannual.
So usually they have like about 2 events in a year.
Alright.
Yeah, but For trifecta, they mainly focus on triathlon, run, bike, run.
Right.
They just incorporated this bike relay event type.
Are there any like UCI organized or UCI legal race?
Not many at all.
Not
Yeah,
many
not
in Singapore.
many, yeah.
Ah,
It's
so-
mainly just the ITT, which is the national one,
Okay.
set by OCBC.
so means you have to go overseas sometime for
Yeah.
the
So
races to get really good race
Yeah,
experience.
Usually that's the case because, especially in Singapore, the routes aren't really like hilly or
Right, yeah, that's right,
right,
that's
not
right.
really long, and there's always traffic lights, so you can't really get a good like race experience in Singapore. Literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where are the usual places? that you guys go?
Malaysia.
All right.
Yeah, it's the easiest one to get to. Probably the best ones are Bintan and Batam
Okay.
because they have like crazy long routes and like insane
Right.
climbs over there.
Right. I'm just interested. Are you more of a? Do you prefer climbing or do you prefer flats?
There are days where I prefer one or the other. So like when
Oh.
I'm feeling good, maybe climbs would be nice. I was like just starting out. Actually, I was like really interested in climbing because all I knew was like Alberto Contador, all those climbing like
Yeah.
legends, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh, that's pretty cool. Then as I gained a bit more weight, I kind of prefer flats now.
Ah.
Yeah. But climbs are still fun. Like I'm not really like a hater for climbs.
Ah.
Because it's still part of the road, so I just have to cycle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the most memorable experience for you?
Going back, like way back when we started, I was actually at Bintan, Tour de Bintan.
Right.
Yeah, it's like our first UCI event actually. At that point, it was still mostly adults in that team.
Alright.
Yeah, it was only about 4 of us that went that were like about 18, around the age of 18.
Okay.
Yeah, still pretty young that time. So it's actually me, another guy called Yenta, then Keegan, who is now the net champ for ITP, current, and then another person called Shenwei. So it's about 4 of us that just went there to start. And then at that point, we didn't really have much experience or training then.
Okay.
We just like figured, oh, let's just send it, right? It was like a slap in the face. Because we were completely like not expecting the route for it to be so like hilly and climby.
Alright.
Because you're like, no way can it be so steep, right?
Ah,
And then
yeah.
we realized, oh no, even though it's 70 kilometers, like the whole distance,
Yeah.
it's like mostly filled with climbs.
Alright.
But yeah.
And do you survive?
Yeah, I actually survived. I was like, oh.
Okay.
But it was really tough.
Oh, wow. This walk,
Yeah, this
where
box.
he is, right?
Yeah. 1, 2, go!
It was at this moment that he knew. He up.
Finally, we're done. I've been looking forward to this. Breakfast. Do you have anything before you come? Do you eat anything?
Milo with oats.
Milo and oats.
That's my go-to. Yeah.
Are you all very like into your diets as well?
Not me, but
Not you okay.
most of my team members are very
Oh.
into their diets. Yeah.
Into their diets, as in they will really go and
Very strict.
strict
Yeah.
on what they
Very
can take.
strict. Yeah. Except the younger kids, they won't. McDonald's, okay. Because for me, I only try to change my diet depending on the race. So if it's like a longer stage, I try to eat like low GI foods so I can reduce my weight much more. For like quick races, which is like short duration, I'll eat more carbs. Yeah, to like build up my results. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
How long will you start to implement this style?
About a month, yeah. Because for me, my weight changes drastically like in a very short duration.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think because high metabolism maybe, that's why. Like this year alone, I went from 62 to 68 and then back down again. Yeah, I don't know why it's not so consistent for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only thing we're lacking in the team right now is a nutritionist. I think it's very important. especially now.
Usually, okay. What's your role there in general? What do you do?
So I'm the team mechanic. I do the media part as well. Then I'm part of the community as well. So usually I'll be like one of the first our first touch points for like the new members as well. So I'll be there to interact with them and like, get to know them better lah. Yeah.
Okay, so since we are on the team, on the topic of the team, what kind of team is Garcia?
So we envision it to actually just be what do you say like a purebred race team, just to race only.
Okay.
Yeah, but then we thought there's so many kids that want to join races, right? Like get into cycling. So we thought why not expand it, make it bigger, and to have like a more like I'd say bigger coverage of like the local scene. So after that, Uncle and the rest got the idea of like recruiting younger riders, and because some of them are interested to ride, like really interested, but then they don't have the budget to like go for races and that. So we're thinking, why not we be there to like fund them or like help them join these races and get the experience for them. Yeah. So that ended up being how it is now lah. So we'll be there to like be the backbone for the younger kids. Yeah. Not only racing for us, it's mostly giving back to the community as well. Because we also do like community projects. Yeah. The recent one was only like about a month ago. So we went to Ang Mo Kio Park, and then there was like old folks home there. Yeah. Because Uncle, his vision is mainly to let the boys enjoy themselves. He doesn't want to be too strict on them, and then he just wants them to like find their, I'd say, interest or like maybe have friendships in the team as well. Yeah.
Okay, so now the team is how big it is? Number of members?
50 to 60 strong. Yeah, so, but that's like in total. But active members, I think, is about 30 plus riders. Yeah.
Okay. So with such a big team and generally are all younger people. I mean, younger people are bound to be more playful.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, is that what do y'all do to like you have some team rules as well, or some golden rules in the team that you that everyone has to follow?
Yeah. So golden rules would be, first off is to be kind.
To be kind.
Then, one is to, and then the next is to be helpful.
Alright.
And then I'd say one would be initiative is a big one for us. Yeah. So usually we try to let every single boy be self-initiate lah. So they have more initiative to like. For example, if someone needs water, they'll be there to like act on it, but not really just sit back and like let the rest do their own thing, right? Yeah. So you want to like cultivate a more like holistic way for them to develop. Yeah.
Okay. So this is like off-road really kind of club rules.
Yeah, like character building like in itself. Yeah.
That's good.
So it's not like a hard and fast rule, but it's just like everyone knows that's what we have to follow.
So it's not written and then the wall.
But we do have like a guidebook, like we introduce it to like our new members.
Okay.
So it's like a book of everything you have to know about Garcia. Yeah. So it explains like how it started and then what we do and then what's in it for you lah. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like the team's Bible, you could say. Yeah.
You all don't get adult riders or like
we do.
Old folks
actually. We do actually.
We all do. Like so people come and ask.
Yeah. So we have, I think we have about 3 or 5 that are currently actually racing as well.
So now the team is pretty big, and like you've told me that actually Garcia participate in quite a number of races every year, and all the bikes are getting more expensive and everything. So I'm just curious, like, how do you all get the financial support? I mean, you guys are still young. I believe all of you are still like either schooling. Yeah. So where does all this funding comes from?
Mainly the money comes from Uncle Melvin and Uncle Samuel. So they're the main founders lah. Right. Yeah. So usually that's out of pocket, and then they'll like do monthly like donations to the team. Okay. And then sometimes we do get funded from some private sponsors. So they give us maybe $1,000 or like maybe some gels or any cycling related equipment.
So if a kid comes in and has good potential to ride, but he doesn't,
we'll try and provide him with like a bike at least. Yeah. Or if he has a bike that's not really up to spec, we'll try and give him some components, like lend him some components to use first. Okay. Yeah, and then we'll see how he fares. Yeah. Because most of our youth riders are actually on like Garcia like frames, and then it's like all usually hand me downs. Like my previous bike was handed down to one of our riders.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least they have a bike to ride on, but I can only imagine that the running expenses of the team is going to be high.
Yeah.
It will definitely be high. I can only imagine, like, maybe just take it 30%.
Yeah. Imagine,
every
right?
month.
Yeah.
And then you have to go for training, go for overseas competitions and all that.
The thing is, we do limit like how many people go overseas. So like maybe about 10 people. So we don't usually bring the whole group there. Because that's a bit out of the financial scope.
I believe Uncle Melvin would love
he
to bring
would love
everybody.
to bring everyone, yeah. If possible, he will bring everyone for sure.
So that's the constraint, okay.
Maybe one day. But then by then the team will be so big that I don't think it's even possible.
But you guys do accept donations?
Yeah, we do accept
for public as well?
Yeah.
And then how about your parents? I mean,
yeah, they're very supportive as well.
They are also very supportive. I believe so because there are some risks that comes with cycling.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So are your parents worried?
I think my dad is the coolest one apart from my mom. My mom is the most worried about it.
Even though she's a nurse.
Yeah, even though she's a nurse. Yeah.
Okay.
Like every time I crash, she's the one always like sorting me out.
Alright.
Yeah, but until up to this day, she's still always very worried. Every time I leave house, she's like, hey, take care. Yeah, I think as a mom, usually it's like that. Yeah.
How about the other kids? Do their parents are?
Yeah. One of the kids, their parents are actually quite heavily involved in the team. So now they're actually part of the committee. So they always drive down.
So you have a parent committee as well?
Not really like solid like parent committee, but some of them do come down and like support. Yeah, but if we might start a parent committee. Maybe, because some of them actually want to get really involved with what their sons and daughters are doing. So yeah.
Okay.
I think it's good to have like more of an adult environment for us, especially. Yeah.
Of course, it's definitely going to be a good thing to have parent support in any kind of sports.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
And especially with the teams like Uncle Melvin's vision of really wanting to bring out the growth of the young people. Then,
because
it's really good to grow.
He can't do it alone, right? I think he needs some he needs some adults as well.
And so you are still studying in Polytechnic, right?
Yeah.
So is it a difficult thing to manage all these things?
Pretty difficult, yeah.
So many training sessions. I mean, at least minimally 2.
Yeah.
Not to count those that you do on your own, maybe.
Yeah. So for me, I'm actually quite lucky to have at least 2 days off, which is Wednesday and Friday. But then sometimes that will be used up by going down to the shop and doing mechanic work.
Okay. Because I almost forgot.
Yeah.
So on top of your trainings,
Yeah.
you do go down to the shop.
Yeah. And do mechanic work.
There.
Bike fit as well. Yeah. So usually I'll be the one handling like all the race equipment. Yeah. Apart from another person as well, which is Junwei. I think you saw him on the CNA article as well. Yeah, who's that one? Yeah.
What are the challenges you face?
Challenges. One is there's too many bikes to do. So sometimes being like 1 or 2 persons there is not enough time for me to manage it all.
Right.
Yeah. Because maybe in a day, maybe some of them will come, maybe about 4 bikes will come down. So that's like theoretically impossible to finish up.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the thing is sometimes they're very curious to learn about it. So sometimes on the spot, I will teach them how to actually do the servicing on their own. Then that helps a lot.
The riders are generally interested in also.
And that's Uncle's other vision as well.
Okay.
So he wants like the whole team to know how to like do mechanical work on their bike.
So equip them with a certain
knowledge,
skill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
that's nice.
correct.
Okay, so honestly, do you think that this have affected your studies in some way?
I'd say it does because it's quite a time commitment also.
Right.
But then it's something I'm happy to do. So I'm able to manage it. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'll try to always make a compromise. Like I always prioritize studies first. But if I can, I'll put my time towards the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, I think it's a pretty good thing.
Yeah.
People told me if you don't want your child to get into doing something bad, you need to give them a bicycle so they have no time for other things.
Just ride a bike.
How has joining Team Garcia actually changed your life in any way?
She changed my life in like all sorts of ways.
Right.
Like so to start off, one is like now I actually have like something to focus on. Because when I didn't have Garcia, I was just like I would cycle but then I didn't really have like a outlet for myself. I'm just like imagine you're riding alone, right? And then I don't know if I can continue that for like for the 5 years I've been in Garcia now. So if I didn't join, I think I'll just still be cycling, but there's no purpose or no like vision or goal for myself.
Mm.
Yeah. So Garcia has been that I'd say outlet for me to actually like expand on my goals and curiosity and my interest.
Right.
Yeah.
Finally, what do you have some goals for yourself?
Personally,
In terms, in terms of
5 years later,
yeah, in the next 5 years, for example.
probably be graduated and then actually want to participate in way more races
Alright.
and yeah.
So cycling is still going to be a thing.
It's still gonna be cycling. Yeah.
Okay, still going to be a thing in your life. Right?
Yeah.
Like, do people really graduate out of the team? In a way, like they go
So,
and then they
NS is like the first graduation phase for them.
NS.
Yeah, NS will be that one. Yeah, it's quite a commitment to even come back for like a weekend ride for them, right? Yeah, so it's like a parting. It's like a where we part ways already for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still try to come back, most of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you will aim to continue your study, further your study,
Yeah, further
and
and then NS and then
participate in more races.
yeah,
And
participate in more races.
any goals for your races? Do you set yourself? Do
At
you
least-
usually
at,
set
at
goals?
least the podium? No, for me, I'm not really a goal setter guy for races. I'm like whatever happens, happens. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because for me, I don't know. I'm not really that confident, but once I'm on the bike, I think I'll just let the bike talk lah.
But you still give your all lah.
I'll still like full send it 110%. Yeah,
Ah.
because I don't know. Sometimes if I'm setting a goal, right, I'll be too focused on that one goal, and then I'll tunnel vision, and then I'll like lose an opportunity that I could spot, out on the road.
Alright.
Yeah, and then usually I don't have time to think also. I would just be like smashing it all the way during the race, right? Yeah. But my always number one goal is to not crash.
That's good. Mommy will be proud of you.
Yeah, oh, you didn't come out crash. Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. I think the last goal lah. Maybe not myself, but the team.
Alright.
So I actually want to be, although I'm super involved as is, I think I want to be a bit way more involved now because I'm seeing the growth already. Like
Okay.
my efforts have actually paid off, like from just spending time and helping the team out. So I think in 5 years' time we'll see it in a very, very much more developed way as a team, like way more structured and actually have way more like funding
Right.
and more people involved hopefully. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, we'll wish you all the best. Hopefully, we
Yeah.
will also be more involved
Hopefully.
in your growth because it's really a team that we think
Yeah.
does meaningful things.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. All right. So,
Yeah.
Mitch, thank you very much for the day of ride.
problem.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's really a fun ride.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the last time.
Definitely.
Definitely, this won't be the last time I see you.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to challenge you to another spring this time, and also maybe up to a climb.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, maybe
I
got
was
chance,
just in the
maybe got
wrong gear
chance.
today. I didn't know where the starting point. I'm not familiar with the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
well,
Okay.
there'll be chance again. Alright,
Hopefully.
so
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed today's video as well. Just as much as I enjoyed it. And do remember to give us a thumbs up and hit the subscription button because we'll be riding with them more often. Alright, so
Thank you.
cheers.
Bye.